What's up guys, iTommoGaming here and welcome to my very first series on YouTube. It's going to be called the Premier League Predictor, and as you can see we've got the Premier League games for the coming week, and how it works is the AI plays the AI representing these fixtures. We see the results and we put them into a bet which we'll go through at the end and find out how realistic FIFA is. So let's get into it. The first game for today is Hull vs Crystal Palace, and the second game we're going to be focusing on is Leicester Burnley. So let's have a look at how the teams line up. Hull City, McGregor in goal, Al Mohammadi, Dawson, Davis and Robertson across the back. Huddleston, Livermore, Quinn and Diarmi in midfield, with Jelavic and Abel Hernandez up front. The Crystal Palace side, they start with Speroni in goal, Kelly, Dan, Delaney and Ward across the back, MacArthur and Yednat sitting deep, Punchin, Balassi, Shamak and Fraser Campbell going forward. And it didn't take Hull long to strike. 6 minutes in, good ball from Jelavic into Diarmi. He had a shot firing low and Huddleston dinks it over the keeper after the save from Speroni. He runs off into the corner to celebrate with his own fans, and he gives Hull a lead, 1-0 after 7 minutes. It was a game that seemed to get lost in midfield, but Palace did come up with a chance. Ward into MacArthur, MacArthur to Punchin, great little move, but Campbell headed over 5 minutes before half time, big chance, and that's how the first half finished, with Hull City going in 1-0 up without Huddleston goal. And the second half, much of the same. It took till the 73rd minute for a chance to come. Diarmi found Jelavic, good little link up, and Diarmi should have made it 2-0 Hull with 15 minutes to go. He's annoyed with himself there, and he should be, because it was a great chance to surely kill off the game. But in the end, the Diarmi miss wasn't going to matter. Crystal Palace, they did push, they did put pressure, and they did make some good moves. They got players into good positions, but this was ultimately the reason that they didn't come away with anything. Poor passing, poor final balls, and it ends Hull City 1, Crystal Palace 0. Let's have a look at the stats. 50-50% possession, but the shots on target 2-1. Bit of a slow game to be honest, but Hull get the win, and that's all that matters in this Premier League. So let's get into our second game. It's going to be Leicester City at home to Burnley at the King Power Stadium. This is how the teams line up. Leicester go with Schmeichel, Delat, Morgan, Moore, Konchesky, Cambiasso, Drinkwater, Hammond, Nugent, Vardy and Aloha. And Burnley, they start with Heaton, Trippier, Duff, Shackle-Mee, Arfield, Marnie, Jones, Boyd, Jukovic and Sordell. It was the first half lost in a midfield battle, but Jones found Sordell right on half time, and he produced a great save from Kasper Schmeichel, diving away to his left. But from that exact corner it came in, and George Boyd was the man who headed in front of Kasper Schmeichel, couldn't get his punch in, and he ran off celebrating. A good leap there from George Boyd, and Burnley took their lead into half-time. A half that was lacking in chances. It was reflected by the stats really. Burnley with 2 shots on target to Leicester's none. Absolutely nothing going on for the home side. They needed to produce something in the second half. And produce something they did. A lower into Drinkwater, great reverse, and a lower really should have scored, flick on header. But in the 85th minute, great ball from Cambiasso, found Jamie Vardy, he got set, and poor goalkeeping, managed to sneak one in through the body of the Burnley goalkeeper, and agonising as it rolls in, costing Burnley all 3 points. There it is, Leicester 1, Burnley 1. The stats, 2 shots for Burnley, 1 for Leicester, but it was an important one, Jamie Vardy, late on. So with our results from the first 2 games that we're going to go through, let's have a look at the bet club. Here we go. You got a home win for Hull, which gives us odds of 19-20, and the Leicester Burnley draws at 23-10. We're going to add up all of the odds and put an accumulator on and see how it does, and then there'll be a review video at the end of the week. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me in my first video on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop us a like and subscribe, that would be amazing. And tomorrow we'll see how Liverpool get on against West Brom and Sunderland get on against Stoke. Thank you very much for joining me again guys, and I will see you tomorrow.